And we're hearing reports of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaking defiantly at the UN General Assembly.
Netanyahu facing accusations of war crimes and growing pressure to end the war in the Middle East.
Matt Bradley has more from Tel Aviv.
Well, we just heard from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the latest world leader to address the United Nations General Assembly. He used maps, he used props, various other stunts and gimmicks that kind of brought this speech to life. This time he had a QR code on his shirt, on a button, saying that if viewers were able to hold up their phones and scan the QR code, they would see an explanation for Israel's war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Now, at the same time, the Prime Minister was addressing somewhat an empty room. Dozens of delegates from countries, many of whom have long ago recognized Palestinian statehood, walked out as the Prime Minister took the dais. We saw from the Israeli delegation who was there that they were clapping at many of these applause lines, but many of these applause lines didn't get that much support because there weren't that many people in the room. Now, the speech was basically Netanyahu's greatest hits. He defended Israel's actions, justified its war against Hamas in several different ways, and assailed those countries who had decided to recognize a Palestinian state and who were critical of Israel's fighting in the Gaza Strip, as well as the mass civilian casualties and famine conditions there. He called on the hostages to be released immediately and said that actually his speech was being broadcast live through huge speakers into Gaza Strip, and that's when he actually addressed those remaining hostages, of whom 20 are thought to be alive, in Hebrew and in English. Now, this was a speech that the Israeli government has repeatedly called historic, but again, we saw a lot of Netanyahu's greatest hits, and again, that major UN convention, that when Netanyahu or an Israeli leader takes the podium, many will walk out and not listen at all. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Tel Aviv.